Hi Scorpio, welcome to the end of your September tarot reading. So we're just gonna hop in, okay? I see this is a very serious time for you. Obviously I don't know individually what you're going through, but from what I can see, there's definitely some things that you are going through that are pretty serious. Alright, so I'm going to be looking this way because my cards are this way, but I will be making sure that I show you the cards that I'm clarifying and the ones that I'm looking at, okay? So, Scorpio. Let's start off with the good things, right? So you have patience and planning. We have the Hangman as well. So you will definitely be getting some sort of notification or some update on something that you've been waiting on, okay? So I feel like you're going through something. For example, it could be trial, it could be waiting for an approval or of something. That's what I'm seeing. I think you've been waiting for a minute. You know, with the patience and planning card, the Hangman, that is the best thing that you can be doing at this time. I want to reassure you of that. You want to slow down, okay? So if you've been really running with your head cut off, or if you've been feeling like you can't change anything, chances are you can't at this time. Only fix what you can really work on. My advice to you right off the bat, whatever you're going through, take time to let some of it play out so that you're not having to do double work later, okay? The Justice card is here, so I believe some of you are going through some legal things, or you're going through something where there's law involved, or it's very it's all about the legalities of everything, okay? So even if it's not necessarily the law system, it's like everything has to be done systematically for the situation that you're going through, and you can't override this system is what I'm seeing, okay? So I understand that some of you, this is maybe a scary time, or maybe you're just annoyed because it's taking forever. Maybe you have to deal with the government or a government facility or something like that, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like why is this taking forever? Or when am I going to get an answer? Is everything going to be okay? Like, so just, you want to stay calm, okay? Whatever you're doing, you need to make sure you're staying as close to spirit as possible. Whatever spiritual practices that you do for yourself, whatever spiritual practices that you maintain for yourself, you need to make sure you stay on that. Now, if also, with that being said as well, we have Justice here, okay? So when we have the Justice card, you have to understand that if you did something wrong, expect to get something back. But if you did nothing wrong, or if you feel like it was justified because of your own morality of it, then most chances are you will not be penalized for it. So I just feel like a lot of you guys are going through something really big right now, okay? So you're going through some karmic, situations, some things are settling, but the good news with that is you'll finally be able to move forward. You're kind of in the thick of it now, okay? So you are waiting on the answer. You're waiting on things to speed up. It's kind of out of your control, which means that you're probably a good halfway through whatever the situation is, okay? We have the Three of Cups here, okay? So I do think that you have people here who are there for you. Something about your hair. I want you to make sure you're taking care of your hair. I think someone was like, should I get my hair cut, or should I look presentable, okay? Try to look your best during this time. Maybe it'll just help you feel better in regards to everything. We also have the Three of Cups here, so there is spiritual manifestations happening. So this is very specific. I'm not sure who this is for, but if you do something where you're good with manifesting, or if you do some sort of like hoodoo work or something to get you out of a bind or to get you out of a situation, and you've been questioning should you do that or not, I would say this is, I'm not going to say you should or should not because I don't know exactly what you're doing. But with the Three of Cups, this is talking about manifestation of spiritual things happening, okay? So this is a good time to work your magic is what I'm saying. And that may be another way that spirit is saying work with me, not against me. Like maybe you feel like everything is just practically everything may, oh the dragonfly ran right into the window. So practically things may be a little shaky for you, where you're kind of like, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. But spiritually, I think there's some loopholes that can help you out practically here, okay? So that's just a little tidbit that spirit is definitely like, look, if you want to help, you got some angels here waiting for you. You got some good karma racked up, so your karmic credit is good. So if you want to try to fix this and make this better, use your spiritual karma credit. So something that I'm seeing, what you're realizing at this time, something that you got your eye on a lot, is the Hierophant and the Strength card, okay? So I'm realizing that there is some government or some higher up officials, something, of that magnitude is involved in the situation. So meaning that this is pretty big, whatever you're doing. I'm hoping it's not bad, but you know, when you have to have people like that involved in stuff, usually, even if it's not bad, it's annoying, okay? So they have a lot of power. I think you have a lot of power as well. I think you are realizing that, you know, the system is one hell of a beast. Okay, so let's see what else is going on with this Four of Cups. And it has you bummed out, yeah? So you're kind of like, you know, this sucks. How do I get out of this? I'm never going to get out of this. You're in that, you know, that spiritual sunken place. And usually what this card also represents is that just as deep as you feel in the shit, as soon as you look up or turn around or do something different, immediately things start to change for you. So I understand this is how you're feeling, because I think you're realizing that, you know, you're going up against something that's pretty major. But as soon as you stop feeling that energy and you start using another type of energy, or using that energy of sadness or whatever to push you to work hard or to change the direction of the way that things are going, I think you'll see a big difference. The Lovers. Okay, so you have a big decision coming up. You have some big things that you really need to decide about in your life. And with the Lovers card here, it could be maybe you're going through a divorce, you know, maybe you're going through something like that where it's already emotional enough, but it also is, you know, taxing on your money or taxing on your time. But it's like, is it worth it? Is this what you want to do? Is this the path that you need to go down? Okay. I'm also getting a very specific message that some of you are divorcing someone because you want to move on to your next person, because you love them that much and you want to give them that. And then for some of you, you just want to get out of this damn relationship, and it is what it is. So do what you got to do, even if it's a lot of work or a lot of paperwork or a lot of investing that you have to do. You're strong enough to handle it. It didn't come overnight for the situation to happen for a majority of you. Some of you may have gotten caught up in something one night, but you can get yourself out of it, okay? So let's see what exactly is the outcome for the situation. Okay, so we got Two of Pentacles and Temperance. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not going to be the easiest thing to master or to finish, but it can be done. Now, the way that you have to do this, you have to prioritize things. Your eating habits it's what's stopping you, or maybe like you overeat because of how you're feeling or what you're going through. Also, some people, if you're eating from someone that you don't necessarily trust, you need to stop doing that, because someone could be putting some work in your food. Specifically chicken. It's like fried chicken, something with that. Maybe you're just going out to get food too much and it's taxing on your money. It's something with food, specifically chicken. So I don't know, or maybe some of you grew up in a culture where you use chickens for magic. I don't know, but something with chicken, okay? So anyways, there is spiritual help here. There is a balance. There's a perfect formula for your situation. And if you can master that, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. What I'm seeing, it is going to take practical endeavors. You have to prioritize. I mean, pay attention to your money. Save your money. Put money away for whatever, you know, you have to start paying off, or you know what I'm talking about. The things that you don't really want to deal with, you need to, during this time especially. You need to organize everything. And once you do that, work with spirit as well, and also work on your temperament. Work on how much you're putting into things. Like, how much energy are you investing into yourself, into your emotional side, into the people around you, into your daily routine. Structure yourself today. I'm talking about, if you need to write it down, do that. A to-do list would be perfect for you during this time. This can work out really beautiful for you with the Temperance energy here. It can literally be like a miraculous situation, or at least something that is pleasing and satisfying for you. You know, even if you do have to kind of, you know, give them money this way or share custody or whatever, it'll be easy for you to deal with. It'll be a lot better if you just organize everything, okay? And work with spirit as well. And work on yourself during this time. Realize what you're learning from this experience. Alright, Scorpio, you can do this. Now, what I do see you're moving towards is despair. And I think it's because you're just ready for all this to be over. There's a lot of emotional energy that is weighing on you in regards to this. And I feel like this is not an emotional situation, but your emotions are tied to it. So there's a lot of things you have to deal with. And I feel like you're dealing with all of the practical things, but your emotions come up towards the future and you're like, yo, what do I do with all of this? Like, what am I supposed to do? So let's try to see what we can do to help the situation, because we don't need you going into despair. So we have the Empress, okay? So what I am seeing for, this is for my Divine Feminine, Empress, you need to value yourself. You need to go pamper yourself. Take some time. When I say prioritize, it also means put something away for yourself. Whatever you like to do, whatever makes you feel good, you have to add that to your routine somehow, even in the darkest of moments, because that's going to shed some light on it. Also, if you are pregnant, try not to stress. And I know that sounds crazy. You know, it's hard to not stress in those moments, but really try to relax yourself. And I also think that's why that Temperance energy is coming up as well, because, and the Strength card as well, like a lot of strength comes from calm energy. You know, when you're the people who are truly strong mentally, they have mastered how to control their mind patterns and control how they react to things. And that's what you need to be doing. For my Divine Masculine, if you have a woman in your life who's really going through it, support her. If she's going through something, support her. You know, be there for her. Even if you don't have, you know, a woman in your life, the same goes for you. You need to be valuing yourself. A lot of you, I'm seeing, if there's something you can do to help your environment, or maybe it's your own home, you need to be doing that. Like clean up, or pick up some trash somewhere, go feed the birds. It's like you just need to, or you want to feel like the world, I think you feel like the world is against you at this time for some of you. And a good way to not feel like that is to go out into something bigger. That's what I always tell people. Go out into nature, go out to a beach, go to something that's going to make you feel small, and it's also going to shrink your problems away as well, just for that moment. Because I know it sounds like, well, it's not going to get rid of, you know, but it will get rid of it for that moment, and it's going to remind you subconsciously that life is not supposed to be about struggling, and it'll kind of give you a boost when you get back to it. It's just taking a mental break, an emotional break, whatever you need to do. But that in itself is something you have to do for yourself, okay? Especially if you're getting out of an abusive relationship, a toxic relationship, or if you're going through a divorce. It's really important that you restore that energy back into yourself, because it can be very depleting. And we have the High Priestess. Okay, so Scorpio, use your intuition during this time, okay? I really feel like this is saying just connect to your inner self, your higher self. And I think there's a beautiful contrast with the Hierophant being here and then the High Priestess. What this is telling me is that in your external world, right, in the practical world, you're dealing with this big system, this big monster of lawyers, legalities, laws, the systems, you know, all of that. You're dealing with that, something really major. It could even be a corporate business or a lawsuit. But what I'm seeing is, in order to break through that on a physical level, you first have to go within your own system within yourself. You know, the government within you. What governs you? What emotions govern you? What pushes you? What you know, makes you feel good about yourself? Once you do that, I feel like a lot of externally what's happening will be a lot more easier to conquer, because you've already conquered you, and you're a bigger beast than you think. No matter what you're going through, like, you have to kind of help yourself first, especially during this time, because you need to be organized, you need to be calm, you need to be stable right now. And if you're not working on yourself, or you don't know what the problem is or what takes you off, this is not a good time to be going through that. You know, it's not a good time to go through any issues of that magnitude. So like I said, this does have the potential to be something that turns out really good for you, okay? Something really, really good. Even if you can't see it right now, it can. But you have to organize yourself, and you have to organize and prioritize responsibilities. You need to be doing better with your money. Some of you need to be working on savings and credit and whatever it is that it may be, because it's probably very taxing on you money-wise. But like I said, with the Patience and Planning card, a lot of good things are coming, okay? As far as you being able to understand what you need to do so that you don't feel so overwhelmed, and you're going to realize it's not just you going through it, okay? So with that being said, Scorpio, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading. Please leave a like, because it helps my readings get out there into the search engine. And with that being said, I love each and every one of you for watching, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye, Scorpio.